stuntmen. We all love them, especially the ones that don't get mentioned. And this movie ruined the fun of it. Like, imagine if they dedicated a whole walkout with Lil Wayne rapping in the background just for Herb Dean. I mean, just like, did you really have to do that? And that's what The Fall Guy does. This movie sends kisses and hugs to those who put their body on the line on every movie. Before I start talking about this movie, I will preface that I generally don't like romance movies or anything love related. And plus, with all due respect to Emily Blunt, what the fuck did she do in her last year project? Pain Hustlers? She's a 40-year-old lady wearing a sexy printed cross lace mesh cutout garter set. My bad. And I'm going to speak for myself. As a fan of Emily Blunt, I don't want to see that shit. Trust me, I've seen Sicario, A Quiet Place 1 and 2, and Mary Poppins, but now she popping something else. And by the way, that goes to Leo, Ben Affleck, any other dude out there. I just don't want to see your ass, man. Just so, yeah, there are a billion other ways of filming their scenes without torturing me. Back to The Fall Guy. I've heard a lot of praise for the stunts of this movie. Apparently someone broke the world record for the most car rolls, and they surpassed the James Bond movie. From the perspective of the viewer, I don't think it was that impressive. Wait, no one in this entire world has ever seen a car roll in an action movie and started counting how many rolls a car did and then got impressed. No one. It has never been about how technical the stunt is. It was all about if it looked good or not. And I think Tom Cruise got a great grasp of what good stunts look like. I don't give a fuck if they use math or black magic. If it looks good, then it is good. That's it. Period. After watching the movie a couple of times, most of the stunts weren't that crazy, visually. So don't be on my case talking, well, technically, they've used 2 rakes, even if they used 2 dildos attached to the wall, and he backflipped it to heaven. It looked bad. And for the love portion of the movie, oh my god, it's about to get subjective in a sec. Oh my god. I acknowledge the fact that Emily and Ryan are the same age, but I just don't like it. I detest this love relationship with this movie. And Taylor Swift, really? I love Taylor Swift. And for a fortnight. Yeah, her songs are pretty stupid. After telling you how much I hate Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling in this movie, particularly, now we can get into the story. That's Cole Seavers. He's the best cunt. Well, not that one. He's the best stunt double in Hollywood. He does most of Tom Ryder's stunts, and it seems like they're making fun of Tom Cruise. I don't know. I'm just trying to instigate. And that's Jodie. She's a camel woman and also Colt Seaver's girlfriend. Their relationship was really strong at the start of the movie when they were working on other projects. And we all have to know, with every job comes certain risks. And those risks fall into a spectrum. And if you were a stuntman back in the day, you were just jumping into the arm of the Grim Reaper. And I'm talking the 1980s to the 1990s. Going through his casual day, making out in the trailer, wearing his swaggy ass suit, Colt was asked to do a silly wire jump from the 10th floor. And for a guy in his caliber, there's nothing to worry about. So he nonchalantly gets up to the 10th floor, hooks himself, turns his back, and jumps. And that sense of confidence gradually fades away as he falls. And before you know it, he's on an emergency ambulance stretcher. My man got his back broken before he broke Jodie's. 18 months later, Jodie became a director for her new movie. And Colt is a bum. Jodie's movie producer called Colt. Say that 5 times, I dare you. Jodie's movie producer called and asked him if he can come. Oh my god, that's what I have to put up with like every day. Just like trying, like improvising, and when I improvise, it just like comes. And she asked him to come and perform the hardest stunt, and to convince him, she planted this idea of potential of rekindlement in Colt's mind. And with no hesitation, he agreed. He arrives on set, kills the 8-roll car stunt. Jodie decides to kick him out after discovering that Colt did the stunt, then proceeding to revoke what she said because they didn't have any skilled stuntman on set. At the end of the day of shooting, the producer tells Colt that Tom Ryder has been missing for a while, and the only one who can find him is Colt. And you probably ask,
why won't they just call the police?
I don't know why you guys sound like that, but like, that's your problem, not mine. Because if the studio becomes aware of the situation, the movie will be stopped. And now Colt's mission is to search for Tom Ryder and bring him back on set. Throughout the investigation, Colt found Tom's phone, and he cracked the password and discovered that Tom Ryder killed one of his stuntmen and left his body in a tub full of ice. And the best way to escape the penalty of the crime is to stitch Colt up. So Tom Ryder complained to the producer, and she was the mastermind behind all of this. Colt had to trick Tom and his goons by making them think that he died in an explosion so Tom Ryder could get back in front of the camera and finish the movie. Little did he know, little did he know, little, that Jody and Colt plotted on making an action sequence on set that day with an incredible stunt at the end. I mean, it wasn't that great, but yeah, sure. They eventually managed to successfully perform the stunt and also forced Tom to confess to the murder. Jody's movie blew up, and her and Colt got back together. See, you don't really have to watch the movie at this point. Don't watch it, please. Here's the thing. David Leitch's style of filmmaking is not my cup of tea. I didn't enjoy watching Bullet Train and The Fall Guy. The camera work was a vital contributor to ruining the enjoyment for me. The one thing that I paid attention to with David Leitch's recent movie is that they threw a lot of jokes at us, and they didn't get me. At least with Bullet Train, I giggled here and there. The characters that are in Bullet Train had a little more depth to them. Unlike the people in The Fall Guy, I bet that Jesse Heyman's 3 seconds appearance in this movie will be more entertaining than Jody's appearance in this whole movie. With a movie like this, don't expect to see great acting because the material won't challenge the actors or the actresses, and it doesn't have to. It would mainly depend on what was written already, unless they've improvised all their scenes, and then I would say they stick to the material. The Fall Guy dedicated this whole movie to appreciate what stuntmen do, and they forgot that they were making a movie for the people too. And what it sounds like from what I'm saying, that I don't like the movie. And I'm here to tell you, you're right. Let's just say the movie was dookie, and the people just didn't like it. The least that you can do is make a good fucking soundtrack. If I bought a ticket to watch Oppenheimer, and somehow I hated my cinematic experience, somehow, maybe I probably lost an argument to a Kendrick Lamar fan because they dropped the A minor bar and I lost it. So when I get back home and listen to the soundtrack, it would be worth it. I got something out of it, right? And that's what I was trying to say. They focus on making an action movie that pays homage to the people working behind the camera with a mediocre story and great stunts. And since the Barbie movie popped off thanks to Ryan Gosling, they brought him in this movie. I know comedy is subjective, and what might make me laugh might not tickle you as much, but perhaps they thought by bringing Ryan in this movie, his charisma will carry the jokes, which it didn't at all. The jokes by themselves are just bad. And a gargantuan reason why this movie's story is tragic is the risks are not dangerous enough. Oh, what are they gonna do? Stop the production of Jody's movie? Boo-hoo. And by the way, I love the references of movies in the background posters. We got Bad Cop, Good Dog, and it looks similar to the movie Dog, starring Channing Tatum. I assume Action Pack 1 is Shooter, starring Mark Wahlberg. And obviously Metal Storm is Dune. They even use the exact soundtrack, and more obviously Jason Momoa. And at last, the rating. My experience with this movie was decent. I watched it the day after watching Bullet Train, and it kind of helped me see what was missing. I will give this movie a 6 out of 10. But you know what I wouldn't give a 6 out of 10 to? This video. I got the chance to watch Challengers, and it shocked me. And if you want to know more, click on the video and see. Click it. Clickety click. Clickety click click click. Clickety click click click.